So guys, today is a very important time of the year. It's 2026 and the new rotation will be happening sooner than later. So today I'm going to be going through every single category of every single card that is going to be gone from this rotation. Now for those of you who are new to Pokemon and all that stuff like that, I'm here to help you out and get all that sweet little information for you. But first, what is rotation? Well, rotation is going from a previous sort of letter set that we have in the Pokemon card game and moving to the new standard. So, for example, currently the cards in rotation are letters G, H, and I. Now, those letters are able to stay and be played in the standard game and competitive tournaments. Anything before that, so the letter F and before, like E and D, are all in expanded, meaning you cannot play that in a competitive format, but are still more than welcome to. So the current rotation now is G, H, and I, like I just stated. But G is going to be rotated out in April of this year. So what does that mean? What sets are going and what cards are going to be gone from the meta? Well, I'm about to explain it to you right now. In the letter G, we are going to be losing the following sets. Base set Scarlet Violet, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, 151, Paradox Rift, and Paldean Fates. All of those cards are going to be gone and we can no longer use them, which is why I'm deciding to set up a top 5 in order to get you guys an idea of what's going to happen here. We're going to be going all the way from the energy cards, the trainer cards, to the Pokemon for what cards are going to be gone. I'm not going to go over every single card in every single set because that is pointless. We're going to go over the top cards in each set and give a few honorable mentions. So to start, let's get into the energies. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Gift, and today we're bringing in the rotation here. I'm going to be showing you guys each and every single card that I believe is going to be rotated out. Well, not believe, it is a fact. These cards are all getting rotated out, but it's a matter of what I think the most important cards are. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So guys, for the energies, there is not a lot of energies in these 5 sets, or in these couple of sets we have here for the G rotation, specifically 5 energies. So we're going to do a top 5 energy here. Number 5, therapeutic energy. As long as Pokemon attach, it provides a colorless energy, but when we attach it, they cannot be affected by conditions such as asleep, confusion, or paralyzed. You can still be poisoned, but you cannot be affected by those conditions anymore. Didn't see a lot of play and didn't see much use of it. Coming in at number 4 is medical energy, and it also provides colorless energy, and when you attach it from your hand to one of your Pokemon, heal 30. Again, also not very useful, but decent heal in case you have a plan with it or something like that. Coming in at number 3 is reversal energy. As long as this card is attached, it provides colorless energy. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, and if this card is attached to an evolution Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box, this card provides every type of energy, but provides 3 energy at a time. So you can, if your opponent has 5 prize cards remaining and you have 6, and you attach it to a non-EX Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box, you are more than welcome to use any kind of energy, but one at a time. So you could do fire, psychic, or something like that, you know? Just along those lines. Coming in at number 2 is luminous energy, and as long as this card is attached to Pokemon, it provides every type of energy but one at a time. If this Pokemon this card is attached to has any other special energy, it provides colorless energy instead. So it's a simple way if you have like a 2 energy Pokemon, but you need to lose Luminous just in case. A good example of this is Monkey Dory, where you can attach Luminous to it and can provide any type of energy but one at a time. And if you attach a psychic energy, you can attack with Monkey Dory. It's pretty good. It's seen very much a lot of use, especially after the E rotation. Ever since then, it's been a pretty big part of Pokemon. And coming in at number 1 is Jet Energy. Jet Energy, especially within the last year, has accelerated the meta. I think lots and lots of decks apply Jet Energy, and especially in the last year, maybe the last 2 years, it's gotten better and better with the more cards that have come out, especially with Lopunny and Dusclops that have been more recently featured. And I think this deserves number 1 just because of how effective it is at bringing your active Pokemon, or your bench Pokemon, to the active. It's really good and it's simple. Now guys, I am going to specify they have like a PhD in Pokemon, right? But what I do have is a little Rotom that helps tell me stuff. Isn't that right? You know, you're not facing the camera. You gotta face the camera. Come on. There we go. All right. So, that being said, let's go ahead and move to the stadiums. Now, I'm going to be doing a honorable mention because there are only 5 special energies in all of those sets. So, coming in our honorable mention is Calamitous Snowy Mountain. Whenever a player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their basic non-water type Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that. This works very well with Pokemon that need damage counters in order to attack or do more damage. More recently featured my Annihilate video that does damage, or does more damage if it has 2 or more damage counters on there. Now, I featured Risky Ruins, but I figured that was kind of not needed necessarily, so Calamitous Snowy Mountain is what I've been using now, and it's been more effective. Coming in at number 5 is Mezagoza from base set Scarlet Violet. Once during each player's turn, that player may flip a coin. If heads, that player searches their deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, put it in their hand. It's up to the draw, right? You can get any Pokemon you want, but you gotta win a coin flip. So if you don't get it, your opponent could get it too. So it's a little bit of the coin flip. Now, number 4 is Pokemon League Headquarters from Obsidian Flames. Attacks used by each basic Pokemon in play. Both yours and your opponent's cost 1 colorless energy more. I saw a lot of use in this, especially when I played a deck called Spite Ops from base set Scarlet Violet, as well as using Venomoth from 151. That prevents your opponent from attacking with their bench, with their basic Pokemon needing an extra colorless energy. It's just a little bit of a stall, and it's seen good use in other basic Pokemon. So I think this deserves number 4 just because it's more consistent than Mezagoza. And number 3 is Beach Court. The retreat cost of each basic Pokemon in play is 1 colorless energy less. This saw a lot of use, especially when the electric Pokemon really saw a lot of play when the E rotation was still in, using Flaffy from Evolving Skies' Dynamotor, playing with Miraidon and Raikou, which Raikou and Miraidon only had 1 retreat cost. And Raikou was very, very good at the time because it did 20 more damage plus 20 based on how many Pokemon were on the field in total. So it was really, really good and saw a lot of play for a while. And coming in at number 2 is Town Store. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a tool card, reveal it, put it in their hand, then shuffle. Tools were extremely powerful and still are, and especially during this meta where you have one of a very, very important card and was able to bring an item and a tool into your hand. Very, very good stuff. And now at number 1, and I hope you guys guessed it because it's true, Artisan. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a basic Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box and put it on their bench, then shuffle their deck. It is a crazy card to get a basic Pokemon out. It is insane. It is phenomenal, and this card has seen so much play. It's practically a staple. It's a staple, and it is insanely good, especially once Twilight Masquerade came in and all those beautiful basic Pokemon like Munkidori seen a lot more play. Now, we're going to move on from the stadiums. Alright guys, and our honorable mentions here with the tools is going to be Defiance Bandit. This saw a little bit of play when it first came out, but didn't really have too much of a start. If we have more prize remaining than our opponent, our active Pokemon does 30 more damage to the opponent's active. It saw a little bit of use, but it didn't really get much wear, but I think it was still deserving on our list. Coming in at number 5 is Luxurious Cape. If the Pokemon this card is attached to doesn't have a rule box, it gets 100 damage, but if it's knocked out, our opponent gets 1 more prize. This has seen a lot of play in non-EX Pokemon such as Aegislash from Paradox Rift, and more recently Crustle, I believe, I forget what set it's from, but it's in Destin Rivals, the Mysterious Rocket. Yep. It's seen some play, but it's not very consistent, which is why I also put that at number 5. Yeah. After that, what do we got? At number 4, we have Experience Share. When our active Pokemon is knocked out from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, you may move a basic energy from that Pokemon to the Pokemon this card is attached to. I've seen a lot of play with this. I've used this card a lot. It's very useful, and honestly, I enjoyed it a lot, so that's why I put it at number 4. Number 3 is going to be Future Booster Energy Capsule and Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. The Ancient Pokemon this card is attached to gets 60 HP and recovers from all special conditions, and the Future Booster Energy Capsule that gives your future Pokemon free retreat and 20 more damage. Both seen a lot of play from Roaring Moon with Ancient Booster and to Iron Crown and Iron Hands with Future Booster Energy Capsule. These cards have seen a lot of play with those cards just because they don't work with anything else, so it's kind of stuck with those cards, which is why I put them at number 3. At number 2 is every single technical machine, from Turbo Energize to Evolution to Devolution to Blindside. All of these TMs have played a crucial part, more so Turbo Energize and Evolution, just because it's one energy, and if you're going second, you can evolve your Pokemon or set up your bench with energies. I've seen these way too many times to count. It's been a very much the part of the Rangers kit at this point, but there's one card that stands above that has seen so much more play. And at number 1, you guessed it, you love it, it's Bravery Charm. Basic Pokemon this card attached to gets 50 more HP. Especially with the basic Mega Evolution Pokemon coming out, this card is going to, has been a very prominent and dominant card. From everything to Mega Absol EX to Chien-Pao EX, this card has been a dominating factor. 50 more HP has made the difference in some games. So I love this card. It's made the bane of my existence, but also has helped me out a lot of ways too. So with that being said, we're going to move on from the tools and go to items. Starting with our honorable mention is Palpad. Palpad is getting rotated out, and I've loved this card for a long time. You shuffle 2 supporter cards from your discard pile into your deck. Very useful if you're running a lot of bosses orders, and you need the supporters back in the deck. It's very useful. And number 5 is Electric Generator. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and attach up to 2 basic lightning cards from there to your bench lightning Pokemon any way you like. It's a luck of the draw with this thing. It saw a lot of play again with Raikou and Miraidon, but is slowly kind of like tapered off. Especially during like the beginning era of Scarlet Violet, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, all those electric cards got a major boost off of Electric Generator, but there are better ways to do it now, so it's not necessarily needed. And number 4 is going to be Countercatcher. Countercatcher also played a big role in Sun and Moon, but came back in Paradox Rift. Only use this card if we have more prizes remaining than our opponent. Switch your opponent's bench to the active. It's a good turnaround, right? Used a lot in the counter decks, in the counter transfers, Dragapult, Munkidori, all those ones. They definitely apply some counter catchers. Always a good card. And at number 3, I left as a tie between Super Rod and Superior Energy Retrieval. Both saw a lot of play, and still do, around the era of Chien-Pao EX, and saw a lot of play in Raging Bolt. This card is a phenomenal card, as well as Super Rod. That's why I kind of put them around the same area, just because they do the same thing. They get energies back in your hand or the discard. Both have seen a lot of use, and especially around also like Goldengo EX. Now, number 2. This was a very difficult one, but Earthen Vessel is going to be my number 2 pick here. Discard a card from your hand, search 2 basic energies. Again, very good in decks that need energy in their hand in order to do damage or to attach energy onto your Pokemon. Short, sweet, easy to the point. And coming in at number 1 that is getting rotated out is Nest Ball. Nest Ball, able to search for any basic Pokemon and put it on your bench. It's sad to see it go. We've seen it for such a long time and has been a crucial part of Pokemon. But we are getting Quick Ball back with Ascended Heroes. So that is the upside for this. We're going to be moving on from the items and going to the supporters. Guys, this was not easy. There was a lot of good supporters in this set, in this rotation in general. So, with our honorable mention, we're going to be doing Penny, and Penny puts 1 basic Pokemon on all attached cards into your hand. It was very good working with the basic Pokemon, but now it's seen a lot less play because there's other cards that can do just as well. And at number 5 is going to be Jacques. Jacques, we search up to 2 evolution Pokemon, reveal and put them in our hand. This card has seen a little more play than Penny and more in the recent times, but still about the same. It's good to set up your evolution Pokemon, get ready, but there's other Pokemon and other cards now that can do just as well. Coming in number 4 is Professor Turo's Scenario. Talking about Penny, we put 1 Pokemon in play into our hand. Discard all cards attached to that Pokemon. Now, that includes the evolved Pokemon going into our hand as well. So if you got a Feraligatr, Croconaw, and Totodile will go in your hand. But if you got energies or items or energies and tools, those get discarded. It's very good saving your Pokemon, getting it out of the way. Coming in number 3 is a very, very well used card in all ancient decks, and that is Professor Sada's Vitality. Choose up to 2 of our ancient Pokemon, attach a basic energy from our discard pile to them. If you attach energy this way, draw 3 cards. It's draws, it's getting energy back, it's attaching energy if you discarded them. Extremely good in Raging Bolt. You see 4 Professor Sada's Vitality line in there. You have to use them. It's just absolutely needed. And at number 2 this was not an easy choice, guys, is Iono. Each player shuffles their hand, puts it on the bottom of their deck. If either player puts any cards on the bottom of their deck this way, each player draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards. I love how they're of their deck, of their deck, of their remaining prize cards. This card has been a staple in the meta for such a long time. Almost nothing pales almost everything pales in comparison to it. It was a staple for the past couple of years. It's seen reprints, and supposedly it's getting another reprint, but I doubt it. So this card is rotating out, and we will be saying goodbye to Iono and getting our hand completely trashed. And at number 1, a card that had a lot of not controversy, but a lot of talk in the beginning, saying, well, an item and a tool, I don't know what we can do with that, but Arven has stood the test of time. Getting items, Buddy Poffins, Earthen Vessels, Nest Balls, Precious Trolley, the Energy Search Pro, to tools, the boosters, the technical machines, all of that. Arven stood the test of time, and Arven is the number 1 card that is getting rotated out here for the supporters. It is such a sad time to see him go, but he served us well. So Arven, we give you a salute as you go on to your next brightest journey. Now, what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be looking at Pokemon, and I've organized the Pokemon in numerous ways because I don't think I can do just one honorable mention. There's a bunch of Pokemon that should have top 5s, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing non-EX Pokemon and EX Pokemon, just to make it sense here. And first, we're starting with the non-EX Pokemon. We have 2 honorable mention Pokemon here, and that is going to be Pidgey from 151, Call for Family. You can search up the 2 basic Pokemon, put them on our bench. Really, really good in anything you use a Pidgeot deck with. If you're starting with the Pidgey and you're going second on your first turn, you Call for Family, search for 2 basic Pokemon. It's a great setup. Seen in Charizard, any evolution deck that is running a Pidgeot is really, really good, but mainly the Charizards have seen it most. Our second honorable mention when this deck was playing really well was United Wings. Does 20 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile with the United Wings attack. I'm not showing every single United Wings card, but this card was part of the meta for a while and did a good job being part of the meta for a while. So I salute the United Wings deck, but we're moving on to number 5. Coming in at number 5, it's Toedscruel's Slime Mold Colony. Cards in your opponent's discard pile can't be put in your hand by any effective opponent's abilities or trainer cards. So Professor Sada's Vitality or ways of getting energy out of your discard pile and putting it in their hand. Anything like that, Slime Mold Colony will block. So what's a good card here? Superior Energy Retrieval. You cannot use that while Toedscruel is out. Insane card, and we're going to be losing that block, and it's sad to see it go. It's been more up and coming, especially in the last year, seeing this is how a way to get rid of the effects for Raging Bolt and others. But yeah, this is what's probably one of my favorite cards to see go. Number 4. Number 4, I chose Dodrio. Not only did I see quite a few decks running this, but it gets damage counters on there, and you can draw a card. It's simple, it's easy, and this deck has done a lot. Coming in number 3. Coming in number 3 is going to be Hawlucha with Flying Entry. When this Pokemon goes from our hand to our bench, choose 2 of our opponent's bench Pokemon and put 1 damage counter on them. It's set up for Dragapult. It was really, really good. And that was the main reason why I put this on here, because this deck deserves this. Dragapult is the number 1 card in the meta, number 1 deck in the meta, along with Goldango and Mega Absol EX. This card plays a major part in Dragapult. Coming in at number 2 is Baxcalibur. With Super Cold, during as often as you like, you may attach a basic water energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. This saw a lot of play with Chien Pao and other water Pokemon as well, but mainly Chien Pao, because you can just get all the energy from your hand you need, and Chien Pao gets the water energy from your deck into your hand as long as it's active. This is why I put it at number 2. Now, we also have a tie for the number 1 spot. And the number 1 spot is going to be between Klefki, as long as this Pokemon is active. Basic Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponents have no abilities except for Mischievous Luck, and Mimikyu, where it is safeguarded from your opponent's EX and Vs. Those 2 have seen such a lot of play in the years, and Mimikyu is probably the number 1 blocker, or at least Mimikyu and Klefki have just done so much work. And I thank them for their services because this list was difficult to make for it. And it's not going to get any easier because now we're on to the final bit for the Pokemon EX that are going to be going away. Guys, I did forget to mention one. This is another honorable mention, Brute Bonnet, because this guy is in every single deck that has poison and works with ancient Pokemon. This card is awesome. This card is good. I completely forgot about it. Up until now, he is part of it as well. Going to the EX now. Our honorable mentions, guys, are going to be 2 draw cards. Mew with Restart. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand. Easy if you get rid of your hand and you're very low on cards. Very good ability to use here. And Squawkabilly EX, where we Squawk and Seize. If it's our first turn, we put Squawk and Seize or Squawkabilly on the field, and then we can activate his ability, discard a hand, and draw 6. Very good, especially for like decks like Ceruledge, where you need energies in a discard to do damage. Very, very good card. Coming in at number 5, I'm going to consider both of these at the same spot here. Iron Hands EX and Miraidon EX. Both of these lightning Pokemon have played a very important part in the meta, especially Miraidon dominating the first year of this rotation of the G cards that have come in. With Iron Hands, you get more for your money. You do damage and you knock out extra with Ampy very much. A lot of energy, but this card was absolutely worth it. With Miraidon, you're able to set up with Tandem Unit to get 2 basic lightning Pokemon onto the field. Extremely good setup. It's sad to see it go, but it's done a great job. Now for number 4. At number 4, Chien-Pao has also been a very predominant dominator in the meta. With Shivery Chill, you're able to search your deck for 2 basic water energy as long as you're in the active, and Hail Blade to 60 more for each water energy. Now, Raging Bolt, after Temporal Forces came in and Twilight Masquerade, became a much better hitter than Chien-Pao, which is why Chien-Pao is not really in the meta stage anymore. But Chien-Pao still held a very good predominance, especially during the Paldea Evolved area, was a very big hitter. Going into number 3 is Pidgeot EX, the easy search, played with Charizard, and which is why we're going to be putting Charizard EX with it too, because both these cards deserve their reign and have shown immense power working together. Charizard EX does more damage per prize card our opponents has taken, and when we evolve, we attach 3 fire energy onto Charizard EX, or to our Pokemon any way we like. It's insanely good, crazy powerful, and deserves the number 3 spot. Number 2 is Golden Go EX. Came into the meta out of nowhere for the last year and a half. Did not see any reason to play it. You could play Raging Bolt and be fine. You could play Chien-Pao and be fine, but Goldango just snuck in there and was a dominator for a long time. With coin bonus, as long as he's in the active, or if we can draw a card. If he's in the active, draw 1 more card. It makes it rain for 50 damage, does 50 for each energy we discard from our hand, and then we insult it for 1 metal energy. Really, really good card, and has stood the test of time with all these other cards that have come and gone. Now, number 1 spot is no surprise that is leaving. Is Gardevoir EX from base set Scarlet Violet. Psychic Embrace. As long as you like, during your turn, you may attach a basic Psychic Energy from your discard pile to one of your Psychic Pokemon, and if we do, we put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. You can't use this ability that would be knocked out. It was an insane card, even more insane while Silver Tempest was out, because you had Kirlia that was able to discard card from your hand in order to draw a card. This was insane. This is the longest standing time this card has been consistently in the top 6 spot. I don't think it's left the top 3. You're able to do so much and attach so many psychic energies on the Pokemon with the abilities of Drifloon, of Screamtail, and so many others that have come and gone that you're able to use on basic Pokemon, and even ones now that are still around, like Jellicent from Black Bolt and White Flare. So many other Pokemon have come and gone, but this one has stood extremely strong. And as much as I hate to say it, Gardevoir EX, you are the queen of the G meta. Congratulations, you have done an amazing job. With that being said, guys, that is all for the G rotation. Remember, rotation is going to be happening in just a couple of months, so please get ready, get your decks ready, and start thinking about the future. And with that being said, Thank you guys very much for watching. And if you guys enjoy, as always, make sure to leave a like, hit subscribe, all stuff like that. If you guys do enjoy these kind of like review videos, or sort of like I guess what you would call like educational videos, I would call it, please keep looking into this stuff and let me know, and I will do more of it. Okay? So I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you guys later.